All right, we are live on Black Power Radio Monday night show. I am your host for tonight until my guest gets in. This is Queen Janae Nzinga out of Washington, D.C., coming to you live and direct with the updates from around the world, starting with our national chairman, Brother Sheikh Imam Akbar, ambassador of the Black Panther movement. What's going on, Ambassador?
Well,
Tell us
greetings,
what's going
greetings to you,
on.
greetings to you, our beloved Queen Nzinga, and a general in her own right, being forthright and being forthcoming. It's hard to build a trust in this atmosphere, but you seem to come through true and it's trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, brave, 50, clean, and reverent. But thank you, Queen Nzinga, for your hard work over the years and years of work across. You didn't sit on the porch when the national call was given. You always responded, and with a professional finish on everything you had the opportunity to touch, and that is in the office as well as in the field. And we want to give recognition to our Queen Nzinga, the host of Black Power Radio and the TV news. Well, that's just a little icing on the cake for all of those that tune in to get our views from a Black revolutionary perspective. And we greet you in the greeting words of peace, as we have always come before you in the greeting words. They are written in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum. And you may say shalom if you speak Hebrew, or you say peace to the streets if you just came out of the Bronx or Brooklyn. If you came out of Southeast DC, then you say, hey, peace on the land, peace to the gods in the earth. And we already know, yeah, peace to the brothers in the East. And we are just happy to be with you here for just another episode of Black Power Radio. And we give you more of what you actually tune in to your radio for. And Black Power Radio TV News gives a different perspective in that we are the most informative radio talk show and news show on the internet. And we tend to bring you a slightly different view. But some of those mm, news articles you may have read elsewhere, we give you an accentuation with the spirit of the Honorable Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad and our teacher today, the Honorable Dr. and Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz. I stand on the works of the Honorable Hashim Ekanaton Nzinga, one of my mentors, one of my teachers, I am a student of the Honorable H. Rap Brown, Imam Jamil Abdullah Alameen. I stand with his Imam, Imam Abdullah Ali, and we stand together on the principles of all of those great patriarchs and the great matriarchs. And then some of those teachings of Marcus Messiah Garvey, some of those teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Malcolm X, yes, he said that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad first opened his eyes. So you are here with the students of the Honorable Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, and we still come in the spirit of the most honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And we bring the spirit of the Honorable Salis Muhammad and the Afro-descendant nation. And we bring all of that here to Black Power Radio. That's a powerful, powerful network of people working for Black Revolution at this hour. So we will light it up. We are heated up for the Black Panther movement, which we have launched over the weekend, including the works of our beloved brother Crazy Horse, our beloved brother Big Warrior, our boss, Black Revolutionary here at Black Power Radio on a weekly basis, the Honorable Doctor and the National Minister of Justice, Dr. Critical Race Truth Bay, who's doing international work throughout the diaspora, including Haiti, Jamaica, including from Ethiopia all the way into Ghana and into New York City and Los Angeles and in the Caribbean. And then she's a translator. She speaks fluent enough French to translate what they're saying in Haiti and report to us. And she's got a school there running, and she needs help for her students, as she explained today. And she is a co-host here at Black Power Radio. We need to give the recognition to Dr. Critical Race Truth Bay. She come here with us. We defend our minister because she fights for justice for us when we're not able to fight for ourselves. Queen Nzinga gives the voice to the voiceless, and speaks for us when we're not able to speak for ourselves. So that's a part of the dynamic here at Black Power Radio. But it goes on to represent brothers like Brother Bedouin, newly on board, Brother Supreme G out of Philadelphia, and bringing most of those pieces put back together by the pieces of the Honorable Grand Master J, who everybody in the universe knows was not there to in Louisville, Kentucky, to bring any harm to anyone that didn't need harm brought to them. But nevertheless, he was in a peaceful arms maneuver. Everybody there knows, the judge knows, the DA knows, but they'll trump up charges and move in for the cover-up on a guy like Grandmaster J. So him and his followers out of Hot Sauce and Crazy Horse and all of those networks into the no fuck arounds. We don't do no fucking around. And you should be strong on that. Stop fucking around with the opposition and be strong against the opposition in the spirit of the Honorable Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, in the spirit of the Honorable Hashim Ekanaton Nzinga. You never saw him flinch when he was dealing with the opposition. You must be strong and disciplined at this hour to win against the opposition against all odds. And I report that to you from a perspective of the Black Panther movement. And you see our patches are coming up strong. And we're getting suited and booted in uniform. You see us now working also the defense mechanism to protect our investment as well as to protect our vested interests and our own special interests at this hour, as well as we bring the spirituality to the element and then combine that with the Panther effort. You have won a hell of a front line in this Black Panther movement. I am just so impressed. And we could never thank Allah enough for the works of the Honorable Dr. and Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz from the time of the student activism. And he earned the reputation with the Honorable Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad as the most dynamic student leader that has ever come on 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. There hasn't been a student activist to out-organize the Honorable Dr. and Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz. You may be faking the funk, but I'm keeping it real at this hour for Black Power with a strong Black revolution and with a strong Black military. We have a defense department and we have a strong spiritual force that is something to be reckoned with at this hour, because we're telling to teach as hard as Farrakhan, teach as hard as Malcolm, teach as hard as the Honorable Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, teach as hard as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, teach as hard as His Excellency, the Most Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. Oh, you got to teach hard to get these knuckleheads to the center post, to get them, like you say, to open the eyes, like Elijah opened the eyes of Malcolm. You got to teach hard to open the eyes of our young people today and get them prepared and ready for the Million Youth Rally, which is demonstrating the 26th anniversary of the Million Youth March. Started with the Honorable Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, worked with Master P, Ice-T, and every other letter in the alphabet to bring about some change in the dynamic of giving rejuvenation to our Black youth and waking them up on 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. Oh, I'm happy to be associated with you tonight. And we're going to look at this mic and see, is there anyone anxious to bring it, Sister Nzinga? Because I'll throw
Yes,
you in
we
the
got
not
Dr.
before.
Critical Truth Bay in the building. She's back.
This sister's been
Come on
smoking
in, Dr. Truth
for
Bay.
the
We got
rest
Brother
is
Hanif. He's going to give us a lesson from the youth
my,
ministry.
We got the youth and our justice minister in the house who is our co-host here right at Black Power Radio TV News. She has been smoking for the last 7 days straight. I'm just trying to figure out if and when, if she ever sleeps, when she ever sleeps, if she
I
ever
don't know.
sleeps.
It's a mystery
But
to the
but
teacher.
every time I wake over the clock, she dead busy working.
I
And
ain't
she
figured
works
it
in the
out yet
field.
because I'm tired. I'm telling you,
Mm.
by Monday night,
Yes,
I'm
family.
exhausted.
Greetings, power to the people.
Bringing her live, this Sister Critical Race Truth Bay
Go ahead,
is
sis. You
always
got the
there,
floor.
and bringing her youth from Haiti and bringing the youth from the streets of Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles. Thank you for joining us tonight, the co-host, Dr. Critical Race Truth Bay. Black Power, Black Power, Black Power.
Power to the people. Black power,
Black
family.
power.
Power to the people and
Yes,
power to
sir.
the
Yes,
people.
sir.
Black power. Power to the people.
Well, I'm sorry I've been a little tardy, but we are in the midst of building our youth council as we speak. So I'm only going to be here a few minutes, but I'm so grateful again to see us moving in a different direction for Black Power altogether,
Okay,
restructuring,
Doc,
whatever
something's
party
giving you a
you're in.
double echo exposure. Can we clear it up? Can we clear up that double exposure? To
We
try it one
got
more
it. New
time.
word, you got to mute. Okay.
Black Power, Black Power.
All right, Black Power. Can you hear me, Black family?
Loud
Oh,
and
you
clear.
loud and clear over here. Oh,
All
my,
right,
my,
all
my,
right.
my, 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 my.
Yes.
Loud and clear over here.
Yes. So far, what we're doing in this season is really training our young people to be in a position of critical thinking, self-determination, for real, for real. And I'm so grateful to see an awakening that's happening amongst our people that has never been done before. Alliances are being formed and we're being on code for the first time in a long time in history, family. Being on code as the diaspora, as the Black man, as the Black woman
Okay.
is so crucial
Dr.
for us
Critical,
to
I
keep.
don't know if it's your mic, but somebody's mic has to be either toned down or muted. Can y'all check all the mics and mute out everything except we got one mic on Dr. Critical Race Truth Bay,
Yeah, let me
the
leave
host
out and come back in.
Black Power.
Okay.
Black Power.
Well, it's all gravy in the Navy. I think we on the talking points coming in. But what I'd like to see for Black Revolution is the studios, is our housing bill, is our brothers and sisters from behind the wall to be released. As we say, Mumia, to free Mumia, to free our political prisoners. Woo! Ciao. Shout out to Busy One. All right, family, I'm multitasking here. But nonetheless, welcome to Black Power Radio. We're so grateful that you're here with us as we are every Sunday and Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, hold on one second. I'm actually, okay. All right, so we're welcoming you again, Black family. I'm so sorry, multitasking here. Welcome to Black Power Radio. We're the most informative radio show on the planet, 365, 24/7. We got to continue on with building resources for our youth. So we're going to have a shout out to Brother Shakur with the Eye of the Panther paper. That is really one of the few journalism medias to get Black news from around the world. We have a special edition that's coming out next month concerning FinSac and the fiasco in Jamaica. And so we look forward to having our first editorial next month and print out not only in the US, but in the Caribbean. That's right, family. We are outside for real, for real. And so we want to give a shout out also to King Ajabu. He's working on a mission, particularly to rebuild our embassies. We love our elders so very much. Brother Pete, we want to give a shout out also to Attorney Malik Julu Shabazz for doing the work. As Black lawyers for justice, we need our attorneys at Bay family. There's too much injustice. We need human rights as a law. So many violations against the Black man and woman and child. It is too many to count. But what we got to do is band together and have our plan of action and execute, family. That's what it's all about in the 6th region. We got to have our ducks in a row. We cannot do anything without a strong Black military to black that call. There's no other way of doing it, family. Our Black Revolution calls upon for us to lay the line for our young people. We want to give a shout out also and pay homage to Dr. Khalid Muhammad, who was the only activist in the world in the time to honor our youth in the Million Youth Rally 26 years ago in 1998, September 5th to be exact, in Harlem, New York, where he gathered with the help of Master P and some others to help finance this event. And so we want to, in DC, September 5th and 6th, to bring that all back, make it all Black, and have our young people being honored from around the world, from the diaspora, and let them know that they are loved and appreciated. But more importantly, we're going to equip our young people into a global youth council. So right now we're looking for 120 of the best young minds from each of the sub-regions. That is the US, Canada, France, UK, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean, most and foremost, family. Anywhere there are Black melanated family from the diaspora, we want to highlight the 13 to 30-year-olds, those who want to do sectors in law, health, civic engagement, and entertainment, music, what it's all about. They just want somewhere safe, family. It ain't no a real complicated equation to save our babies. They are tired of looking at old structures and decrepit buildings, and that's why they're in the streets. They want somewhere to go and create podcasts, music, artificial intelligence, 3D animation. That's where their minds are at. And so we want to go deep in the hood. Right now, we're taking a shout out to the hood right now, to our brothers and sisters out in Philly, in Florida, Memphis, Chicago, California, wherever there's a high rate of our melanated brothers and sisters, we are given a call to action. So we're going to need you, Black family, to join us in DC, September 5th and 6th, to give 1% of your resources, time, and income into reducing homelessness, incarceration, and violence. This is what affecting our Black youth, and there's a chance right now this year that this is going to change. It's power to the people, for real, for real. Either you're on the freedom train, because I tell you, the freedom train is going to be leaving. You better buy your ticket. Buy your ticket, because once it's gone, we gone, family. We're going to have to leave some people behind. But nonetheless, we got love for you right now. So if you're tuning in on Black Power Radio, at least you get information in real time. Is that Brother New World? New World, let's get it together.
New Word, you got to mute until she finished.
I was just going to say, let the babies blossom, thrive, and grow.
Right now, as we close off, I want to give a shout out also to our national chairman, Sheikh Imam Akbar, holding the line for all these years, and really having our young people looking up. There's very few elders out here that are continuing to do the work. So we want to honor our elders. We want to let them know that their work that they have laid before us is not something to take for granted. Our children can't be out there dumb as all get out. They got to have the mindset of problem resolution. Conflict resolution. I was looking for the word. Conflict resolution and critical thinking. Let me tell you how important these two subjects are, family. Without our young people dialoguing and talking to each other, or learning how to solve problems by talking, I can't tell you how much of a gift that is for our children to discuss things rather than picking up a gun and getting them done. We got to get that. We got to get that out, family. So with that being said, I want to say, I love you so much, Black family. There's nothing you can do about it. Let's build, let's resource with our children, and let's build these studios. It's not about talking about it. It's about being about it. And that's what we're about right here, family, on Black Power Radio. We'll give a shout out, power to the people. This is your Minister of Justice, your friendly neighborhood policy analyst, Dr. Truth Bay, giving a shout out to you. Emancipation Day Town Hall, yes. And we give a love to my co-host, Sister Queen General Janae Nzinga holding it down. So if you have any questions or if you want to know how to join or be part of the Million Youth Rally, just stay right here too. I got some questions. 323-884-8583. You can text FREEDOM to 323-884-8583 and get more information on the Million Youth Rally as well as other activities to really build the 6th region for our youth. So also I want to give a shout out to Brother Hanif, who's one of youth mentors that's holding it down and really teaching our kids about financial literacy, how to build a Black Wall Street. Oh, there's so much greatness that's happening with our babies that we got to give them that support every week. So let's not be hypocritical, family. Let's do the work, and honor our ancestors, and let's build back, build it Black. Power to the people.
Oh, my bad. I was muted. All power to the people. This is DC Emancipation Day week. Somebody got to mute. Okay. The flyer that's up, I just read it says, "Do not share," but we sharing it here on Black Power Radio tonight to let you know that DC was the only place that the slaves received their reparations when they were released from slavery. We honor them every year on April the 16th with DC Emancipation Day, which is a national holiday. If you can read it, it says, "Standing together, fight the power, connecting the DMV communities across silos to protect home rule, hands off DC budget, save the federal and DC jobs and services." We will be there on Wednesday, April the 16th, which is DC Emancipation Day, at Metropolitan AME Church, broadcasting live. All right, I will be there in person. We got a lot of people coming. The Federal Unionist Network Fund, invited partners, Metro DC Council, AFL-CIO, Harriet's Wildest Dreams, Free DC, Faith Strategies, Defend DC, One DC, DC Jobs and Justice, Cruz, Anacostia Coordinating Council, and others to be added. Now, I'm a part of several of those organizations.
So the
Can you hear me?
Constitution, first and
Yes.
foremost, is what I need you to look over. Oh, sorry.
Hold on. Was you talking? Hold on. I didn't hear you. I was just reading the flyer right quick. Just giving an update. We do have Brother Hanif on the stage as well, Dr. Trumpay. So we want to let him get a little intro. Brother Hanif, introduce yourself, please.
Black Power.
Introduce yourself, brother. Tell
Yes,
us what you're doing.
Okay, hello everyone. I just want to say Black Power and Assalamu Alaikum, Ashe to all my elders, and I salute to all my Panthers. For those who may not know me, I'm Brother Hanif, and I'm currently in the development phase of trying to construct a Black economy for us. And for y'all who don't understand what I mean by a Black economy, I mean an economy that is funded by melanated people without any outside influences or supporters. For those of you who don't know the history of Black Wall Street, it was a Black community that was built and funded from the ground up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This environment or this community has been documented that had produced the most Black billionaires in the United States history at that point in time. Once this event was exposed and got out, a group of people had a problem with the establishment of Black people building wealth for themselves. And as you know, a riot took place. This riot created a race riot or a race massacre that left many of our people and ancestors killed, murdered, and shed, and their blood was shedded with cold hatred toward them, just for them being successful and being productive in this United States of America. The lesson that we can all draw from that is that this time go around, when we rebuild and we reorganize ourselves, we're going to need a strong military and security force to back our economy and support our communities. And this is what I'm currently working on. So anybody that is present who is compassionate or claim that they're compassionate and want their liberation, meaning that they don't have to depend on anybody's support, aid, or assistance besides their own people, please reach out to me or one of the hosts or one of the brothers on this network, because we are trying to create a new Million Man March. And what that needs to consist of is 1 million melanated people all bringing forth $1,000 a piece, which would give us a combined total amount of buying power of a $1 billion fund. This $1 billion fund that we will have at our disposal, this would give us enough income to cut ties, and I mean this literally. We will be powerful enough to cut ties with any other organization, with any other business or entity, and do our own thing, independent. Just think about the power and the control that we can have over our lives and our future generations' lives if we have access and fully control over a credit union. Not just one credit union, but a credit union in every 54 state. Just think about all the power that we can have and the control if we had our own hospital. Not one hospital, but a hospital in every 54 state. Just think about the power and the strength that we would have as a people and moving forward and really organizing our people and establishing a real revolution, whereas though we can rightfully take back the lands that was ours to begin with. That's all I have to share for right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Hanif. Thank you so much for that introduction. And if we can, where can we get more information from you on that? You have any websites or email, or can somebody contact you?
Yes, ma'am. That's a good question. Mm-hmm. As of now, the website is still immature, and this is why I'm reaching out to people, because once again, I'm not trying to do this alone, because this is something that is built for the people, run by the people, and funded by the people. This is a you project. Everybody's insights and inputs needs to be there. At this point in stage, I do have a phone number that will be placed in the chat box in order for anybody to reach out to me, and everything else is in the making. And hopefully by next week, it will be a more visual on the clarification on what I'm trying to present and moving our people forward.
All right, thank you. Now we're going to turn it back over to Dr. Critical Truth, babe. You ready, sister? Black Power.
Hi, Black Power. I'm in a conference, but we are yesterday really spoken about Marcus Garvey, the history and the significance of the UNIA. We're so grateful to have Sister Alicia Greenidge, who is the author of Amy Jakes Garvey, the Queen Mother of Black Liberation, in which she actually is launching the the book sometime next year. So one thing that we want to do is to help support our people into in the media that they're working on. Oh, okay. So I'll be right there. One of the things that we want to do is to do studies with our ancestors. So starting with Marcus Garvey, we wanted to have a few other guests, Garveyites, so to speak on the significance of his legacy. Dr. Julius Garvey, as well as Marcus Garvey III, his two sons are still currently active in carrying on the legacy that Marcus Messias Garvey started. And this, for the season is, family, for us to really be a part of making the change, but educating our young people of the past, of what the legacy of Malcolm X, Malik El-Shabazz, of what he stood for, human rights as a law. He's been saying that before he was assassinated, right? He was making the movement of educating our people. And so we cannot be afraid in this mission. You cannot be afraid. You got to be bold and standing up to your local politicians and letting them know that this is not the system for us, that you stole us and now you owe us. What's one of the reasons why reparations and restitution is important? Yes. Power to the people. 1 second. So what we would like to do for our next segment, we'll try to get a musical break coming up, but we would like to honor, again, our ancestors by learning from the past. So what we have right now with the sixth region. We had explained that prior before. We had Chairman Ross Paulos on the line. For the African Union, what it stands for, it was supposed to be an agency, the sixth region, that represents the diaspora. That means any of our African descendants that was born outside of the continent of Africa. But what didn't happen was there was no leadership. There was no real leadership for the sixth region. It was developed in 2003, and yet it was just an idea. But the real creators of the sixth region was looking to have collaboration. This started in the Caribbean, where Afro descendants was enslaved everywhere. We have the same story. We have the same story, family. It doesn't matter what region it is. Their attempt of colonization by the opposition is affecting everywhere. Just have a different language and maybe a different location, but the problems are still the same. Stolen land, it was the first. Burning down our businesses, as they see in Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Making sure that we have less education. They definitely don't teach us our history. When we look at our American Black history, they always want to start us off as slaves and slavery. You know, then it give us a little bit of Martin Luther King here and there. But they never really tell us about Malcolm X. They never really tell us about Marcus Messiah Garvey, Haile Selassie, Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Oh no, that's hands off. So they want to make sure that we are dumbed down, watered down, and that we are a figment of the greatness that we were created to be. That's why it's imperative, family, that we got to put the divisions aside. Nobody cares about what you've accomplished 40, 50 years ago. The question is, what you doing right now? What are we doing right now in 2025 to leave a legacy for our babies? So right now, we all got to be on the same equal plane. We all got to work together, put our ideas, our resources together. No little I's or big U's, as they say, and start building these studios. So I look forward to, before Washington, D.C., we got Take Back Our Children initiative in Virginia. We got a little highlight of that. April 26th, Brother Raheem Shabazz, if he's on, to help expedite the work or needs for our babies in Philly. April 26th is going to be a gathering of the youth, and this will be the first implementation of Taking Back Our Children and the Million Youth Rally. There will be more dates in before that as well. But we want to have you tune in to get more updates on how you can join or become a member of the sixth region of the Black Power movement. So our website, if you haven't checked it out, Black Panther Net Movement, blackpanthermovement.net. That's blackpanthermovement.net. There you'll get the updates on how you can start a chapter in your area, a local chapter, and start training them in the manual. Start learning your constitutional rights. The Republic of New Africa has a code of Umoja. There's so many outlets out there, family, that really gives us the autonomy for Black liberation. We just have to apply, and execute in real time. So the month of April, so honoring the month of April, we do have National Poetry Month. That's right, April is Natural Poetry Month. So if you have a spoken word piece that you like to perform, we do have Byron Brooks that was here a couple of weeks ago, very dynamic spoken word artist that we want for you to highlight your talent and let your voice be heard. But we definitely need our performers to register and be a part of the Million Youth Rally in September 5th and 6th. So this week, if you come on Black Power Radio, if you are a singer, songwriter, if you got a video that you would like to promote, send it in so we can highlight it. Each one teach one. This is what it's all about. But power to the people. I want to give, again, another shout out to our Black families that are listening. We know that the struggle continues, but the revolution, this time, it will be televised. So either you're on it or we off it. And with that being said, give our segment and pass on to Brother Raheem. Tell us a little bit about what's happening in Philly, and also probably dabble in a little 10-point platform. I don't know if you have expressed that already, but he's one of our prolific youth mentors in the DMV area, holding it down for our babies. Brother Raheem Shabazz. Power to the
Black
people.
Power, Black Power. How y'all doing?
Black power, baby.
Hey, Black Power on Queen Nzinga. How you doing out there?
Doing good, brother. Welcome to the stage.
Well, Black
Yeah,
Power,
Black
brother
Power,
of
Along
the
with it.
world.
Yeah.
Assalamu
Black
alaikum, General Ambassador Akbar.
Black Power to Brother Raheem, Philly,
Word.
and Tidewater, and what they call DMV, Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. We're happy to have you on board tonight, sir.
How
Black
y'all
Power,
doing, man?
Black Power.
I'm glad to be on board. 100%, man. I'm glad with everything that's transpiring. We have
Yes,
a
sir.
new era. We have a new movement. We have everything is brand new, and I'm very, very, very grateful. We fought through all the trenches and the pain and the hate and the love, and we right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the new, updated 10-point platform, edited by Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz, and also another thing what's going on out here in first in Philadelphia. There was a shooting at a school again. You know what I'm saying? And also there was also we want to get a youth rally going on out there in the month of June. 100%. Germantown. You know what I mean? And we got a youth rally coming up out here April 26th. I'm just getting off of work, literally just getting home. But we got a youth rally coming up here April 26th. It's gonna be small but great. And we're gonna try to do it annually. We're gonna have a bounce house, snow cones for the kids, we're gonna have a grill where we're cooking a lot of food for the youngins. And it's for us, as Ambassador Akbar said, he put a stamp on it. It's for us. You know what I'm saying? Without a question mark. You know, so it's for us. 100%. It's a predominantly black area in the Berkeley area of Norfolk. And we want to reach the youth of that area. They be having shootouts out there. They be having overdoses out there. And so I was just traveling the city of Norfolk yesterday. Excuse me, yes, Sunday earlier, and just hitting the city, out there in Berkeley, out there in Park Place, out there in Diggs Park, Oakley City Park. I was on Newtown Road. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping my eye on the city, keeping my ear to the street because we got to get to the babies. And so let's get to the 10-point program. Number one, we demand freedom. We want the power to practice self-determination and to determine the destiny of our community in the black nation. Number two, we demand the dignity to do for ourselves what we have begged the white man to do for us. Number three, we demand tax exemption and the end to robbery of the black nation by the capitalists. Number four, we demand decent housing, fit for shelter for human beings, free health care. Number five, we demand education for our people that exposes the true nature of this devilish and decadent American society. Number six, we demand all black men and all black women to be exempt from military service. Number seven, we demand an immediate end to police harassment, brutality, and murder of black people. Again, I repeat that. Number seven, we demand an immediate end to police harassment, brutality, and murder of black people before we rise and attack them. Number eight, we demand freedom for all black men and black women and held in an international military, federal, state, county, city, jails, and prisons. Number nine, we demand all black people when brought to trial to be tried in a court by a jury of the peer group or people from their black communities as defined by white law or the Constitution of the United States. Number 10, we demand an end to the racist death penalty as it is applied to the black and oppressed people in America, KKK. We demand freedom for all political prisoners of the black, red, and brown nation. Black power, black power, black power. Salute y'all.
Black Power. Thank you for that.
Power.
Black power, black power.
Black Power. Yes. All right. We've
Black
been
Power,
joined by
Zulu,
Brother Eugene Freeman.
Zulu, and Black Power.
He is one of our holistic healers in the Black Panther movement.
That's
Okay.
right.
Brother Eugene, you want to come on the stage? I know you don't. He'll leave before I get a chance to introduce him properly. So go ahead, Eugene. And tell us about your products and services you have for the Panther Party. Unmute your mic. Eugene Freeman. You ready, brother? Yeah, he might be a little disposed. So there you go.
Can you
Come
hear
on.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you now,
Oh my
brother.
bad, I had my mic off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Mississippi. I'm a holistic healer. I teach holistic healing and I make my own products. You know, I'm all about trying to make the world a better place by teaching people, the right way. The medicine ain't it. And the way the system is, they done manipulated us to eating the wrong type of foods, and then they started putting stuff in our food to make us sick. So it's up to us. We got to grow our own food and make our own medicine. You know, that's what I'm all about. I ain't all about just selling it, but that's my business. That's what I do. But I'm also about teaching. I'm a student of Dr. Savy. I learned a lot from him and Yaki, people
That's
like
right.
that.
Shout out to Dr. Sabi. We're Sabi baby. CMOS in the house.
Oh yeah, I make the CMOS pills. I don't got the CMOS gel, but I got a friend that do. She sell it. She in Virginia. I'm in Mississippi though, but I do the CMOS pills. I do different combinations with the CMOS. With Shilajit, ashwagandha, lion mane mushroom. So that's like a performance pill, like it's for testosterone, muscle builder, stamina, energy, all that. I got the sour sop, I got something for your lungs. I got something for every organ in your body. Right? I got something for head to toe. I got something for the inside and the out. I even got hygiene products, skin cream, toothpaste. I got all joint pain oil you can rub on that go through your pores.
Black Power. That's right. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna invite Brother Eugene to come to Washington, D.C. and host a holistic healing class and introduce him to some of the healers here in Washington, D.C. pretty soon.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I thought it was gonna be
yeah.
this month, but hey, they give me more time to prepare.
That's right. More time to prepare and get ready. Cause what we're doing here in DC, just to give my update from Washington DC, is we have been working, guys. We've been working diligently, and we have decided to work together at the Men's Community Center on Nelson Street in Washington DC. We're going to start our outreach program every Tuesday and Thursday. On Thursday night, we will be hosting our weekly meeting for the Black Panther movement. So if you are in the Washington, D.C. DMV area on Thursday nights at 6 p.m., come to Nelson Place. We will have meetings. We'll be teaching the platforms, 10-point platform, 7-point platform, and learning about our next steps with the Million Youth Rally. Okay. Also, I talked to a holistic doctor. This is a clinical doctor who is willing to come in to our community center on Nelson Place and host a clinic in our neighborhood. Now, how beautiful is that? You know how hard it is to get our people to go to a doctor, but to have a holistic healing doctor come into Southeast DC and teach us, that's a beautiful thing. So I'm gonna confirm that tomorrow with a time and date and a public announcement with that. We also gonna be providing the community with clothing and resources, food resources, and things of that nature. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. But we're gonna have food, clothing. I just purchased the popcorn machine, icy machine. We're just gonna treat the neighborhood. We're gonna treat them like they supposed to be treated. We're gonna show some love in our own hood, and we hope that that love that we're showing here in Washington D.C. is going to spread throughout the whole world. Let's gather together. Let's do something together, and build together. This is a global outreach program. We're not just staying local. We taking it on the road too. We're gonna be down in Hampton, Virginia, with brother Do for Self and Raheem Shabazz, and taking care of the community the best way we can. So now is the time, young brothers and young sisters. The Black Panther is coming. That's our slogan and our motto. The Black Panthers are coming. Just hold on and be strong. Black power.
Black power, black power.
Black
And
power,
we need
black
to put
power.
a Black Panther in every
Black
household.
power.
That's one of our themes for the year as well.
Black power to that. Absolutely. Black power.
So, brother New World, do you got your update from New York?
I'm just here, proud to be among some of the baddest black people on the planet. I was showing y'all my my Marcus Garvey. But anyway, what I wanted to do was, we were talking about Marcus Garvey last night, and I just want to give props to folks like the folks on uh, this Zoom tonight, who worked tireless and consistent, tenaciously establishing to maintain our glorious history accurately from our perspective. While I want to make us aware of COINTELPRO the unceasing efforts to seek and destroy divine African minds globally, because we are and will continue to be a threat to the liars and mythologists, global white supremacists of the world. We will always be a threat. But this is what they look forward to, and this is what they hate the most, that divine African mind. But I just wrote something real simple, and I think it's gonna be a nice t-shirt. It said, we worked from Can't See to Can't See and didn't get a dime. Not gonna be that way this time. So we gonna do this work, y'all. We wanna help our youth blossom, thrive, and grow forward together. It's a new day. We gonna fight a new way. We gonna take it all back, make it all black, just like that. And I hope y'all know how much I love you. Not that I love you, but how much I love you. And if you don't, ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Love y'all. Stay black as if you have another choice. Holla.
All right, Black Power.
Black power.
Oh, y'all. Dr. Truth Bay, we trying to give you a little break. If you put up that musical break, I'll surely play it for you. We're gonna hear some more history about I think Marcus Garvey. Is that what she had? It was up here, but it disappeared when I came back in. So you gotta reload the Marcus Garvey clip for me, please, Dr. Truth Bay, if you can hear me. Yeah, I'm on my tablet tonight, so I can't do too much sharing. But what we want to do is always remember what the sole purpose of a Panther is. It's not that we seek all the glory. It's not that we want a title or a rank. But our job as Panthers is to capture the hearts and the minds of the people. The Panther gives the people hope. The Panther gives the people something to be proud about being black. When I look at the state of the men in this community that are just sunken down and they in a stupor, leaning up, leaning over, they don't have nothing to stand up and be proud about. But when they see us with that Black Panther on, I had a brother approach me at let me see, yeah. Had a brother approach me at the Emancipation Day, which I can show you that Emancipation Day yesterday, which was a beautiful expression of black love and black power. And the brother came to me, he said, I'm ready. I said, ready for what? Because I didn't even know this brother. And he said, I'm sober and I'm ready to join the Black Panther Party. And I almost cried because I could see the hard life he had been living and the tears and what it took for him to come and stand up and talk to me, the elder Pete, and say, I'm ready now. You know, people are ready for the Panther. That's something that we all got to remember when we out here in these streets saying Black Power and representing the Black Panther. People are ready to see us. They are sobering up. They coming to the realization that if you don't love yourself first, because being a Panther is about self-love. It's not a selfish love. It's a selfless right that all of us as Black people possess. The Panther belongs to the people. We're not starting a new formation. We're not reinventing the wheel. We are saying that we are the Panther nation, regardless of who you with. You can be with Huey P, New Black Panther Party, New Revolutionary Black Panther Party, whatever. We saying we Panthers and we standing on business together. And that's what we doing. Regardless. We gonna get some haters. We're gonna get some naysayers. We're gonna get some infiltration. They're gonna try, but this time they're gonna fail because the Panther belongs to the people. And remember that. So we watching y'all because we know you watching us. But just know the Panther
Ashe,
will not
right
fail.
on.
The Panther will not fail. Not this time. Not this lifetime. Not on my watch. I put it like that because we got a whole squad out here that literally hunts people. Okay? So if you want to be on the hunted list, which I guess you think is a joke, because we against all things that are against Black oppression. Not just white folks, but these Black folks pretending to be for the people. We're against them too.
That part is
All
black
right?
faces in high places.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
right. And Sister
So,
Janae, I'm part of your military, and I'm part of the youth, and I stand by you 100% on that.
Black Power, young man, and we appreciate you coming
Yes, sir.
forward. And y'all should have heard the frustration in this brother mouth. Nobody not gonna believe me. I said, yes, they will, but you gotta come into the fold. You gotta demand your voice to be heard. You standing on a platform. All this is a platform. It's up to you, the youth, to stand for what you want your future to look like for your children. You know, I'm standing for my babies. I have two children. I could be up
Yeah,
in
it's
their
about black
business. You
liberation.
know what I'm saying? I could be all in their business right now, but I'm all about the people. It's all power to the people. And remember that. That's got to be in your heart. That's got to be your mantra. When you wake up every day, what did you do to make the Black nation better? Okay, we got paperwork. When we turn this paperwork in, you supposed to every day, not just on Sunday and Monday, every day. What did you do for Black people? Did you
That's right.
smile at somebody? Did you say
Better
good
preach.
morning, grand rising? Did you
Hmm.
offer somebody a meal? Every time I leave
Yes.
my house, I make sure I got something. If it ain't even a piece of sage and some Palo Santos,
We
okay,
on that
you
stage
gonna
now.
get some kind of blessing coming out of me because I believe in the Panther. You know,
Amen, Ashe.
I say, go ahead, sis. You
That's
got it.
that's what it's all about. We got to empower our sisters. We got to empower our brothers. We got to stop with the division, the competitiveness. At the end of the day, a Negro is a Negro is a Negro. Do you not understand, family? They see us the same. But as a spider web, when we are aligned, oh, we can catch an elephant. Is that an African proverb? I don't know. Am I making shit up? I don't know. It just sounds good to me. We just got to come together. Yes, family. So I'm
Black
gonna
power
stop.
to that.
Yes. Who else is on the stage who haven't spoken? Come on now. We are live on Black Power Radio.
Get
I just
one
want to say
time
y'all
now.
doing a good
Go ahead.
job, an honorable, revolutionary job. Every Sunday, Monday. Matter of fact, y'all do this 7 days a week. Y'all stay busy 7 days a week, online, offline, and I mean every single one of y'all. So y'all inspire me to do my work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all inspire me to hop off the porch get outside, get active. And y'all already know that because General Janae, she set the tone for me. You know what I mean? And General Akbar, he set the tone at his young age. You know what I mean? Dr. Truth Base set the tone globally. She's everywhere. You feel me? International. So y'all doing honorable work, man. And I just want to let y'all know that sincerely. One love, Black Power.
Black Power, thank you so much for doing a dynamic job
Power.
up and down the that East Coast. And most brothers don't have the fortitude, the tenacity, the experience, and just the courage to go out and do outreach from Philly to Norfolk, Virginia. Is a rough territory, and you are equipped with the mental and spiritual attitude and the physical physique to manage that job. So hats off to Brother Raheem for doing the best job on the East Coast. I really love this brother.
That's
Black
right.
Power, he exemplifies the best. Come in, Nurjan. My
Yes.
grandson was going to say something. Come and tell him about that Black Power, Nurjan.
Black Power.
He said Black
All
Power.
Hey,
right.
you better go, baby.
Nurjan gave him Black
Black
Power. What
Power,
else?
baby.
There you
He
go.
having a
Oh,
good time, him.
That's what's
absolutely.
up.
All right.
That's
What's
future
it
right
about,
there.
man?
Thank you. Thank
Teach
you.
up the children in the way that they should go,
It's
and
all
that's
about
what
the
he does.
babies.
Do that thing out there.
powerful.
Show them
That
how
little
it's
Black
done.
Power right there is it carries so much weight than all of us put together. That baby right there. And that's what it's all about. We want to raise a Panther in every household. There is absolutely no other option, family. When you look at the history on how law enforcement, that slave catching us, to the point where now there's no in between. We don't want to be in this system. As our brother Raheem mentioned, we want to be judged by a jury of our own peers. We can police ourselves. We don't have to continue to be part of the laws of a made-up land, of a fake Unitarian United Snakes of America. They tell us to our face every day they can't stand us. So if they can't stand us, then give us what you stole and leave us alone. That's where we say, Brother Double R, who's our state chancellor, he goes, it's a divorce. So what I want you to know, family, in the next 30 days, if you haven't done so already, okay, this is a call to action now. In your city, in your state, I want you to attend your next city council meeting if you have not done so yet. What we always encourage here is to understand that the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense was originally a political alternative for the people. It wasn't just a feel-good group that people sitting around and say, you know what, I just want to raise my fist today. Let's form a group that does that and take pictures. No, Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton, they laid the groundwork in Oakland. They were making moves, family. They were meeting with production houses in Hollywood to the point where they actually influenced and created the Jeffersons. But you didn't know that little secret right there. There was Panther movement affected everything, starting in 1966 to what we see now. That Black Power didn't die. It just multiplied. But we got to reinstate it and make sure it's in these spaces. So get involved into politics. We're not asking you to be a politician. If you want to run for office, power to the people. Go ahead. We're going to support you. But make sure that you have our Black interests at heart, or else you're just going to be eaten. You're going to be the menu instead of being at the table making the decision. Right, family? So let's not fake the funk as we continue. We have a lot of good things in store starting next week. Also, the month of May, we also have a new platform in which we're going to launch. The Panther News Network. It's been there forever, but we actually going to build our membership. So there's going to be a channel that you're going to channel in and sign in our Panther News Network. Well, you'll get the same Black news. You'll still get the same quality of news reporting to you, but it'll just be on an app. So if you want to download Busy One, B1 Entertainment, that is our Black-owned media. So shout out to Major One and Barry and the B1 family holding it down as they collectively put on the airwaves the Black Panther movement on a different medium. Partake in it, share, like, and subscribe to the Black Panther movement So BlackPantherMovement.net. Check it out on that website, and you get all the new combos, the new updates of what you need to do. All right, so in honor of Poetry Month, we're going to get a musical break. We're going to see if any of our people got anything to chime in with. You're listening to Black Power Radio.
What happened? Did we mute? Hello.
I'm still here. I can hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear, tenfold.
I was under the impression
Oh,
that
yes, we briefly had a breach in the
I'm here.
airways.
The Chinese hackers.
hey, I'm
So
just
let's
going
sit
to
on
hey, listen, like the Queen said, they're not going to stop this. They're not going to stop this one.
That's right.
That's fact.
So
They're not,
let's bear in mind.
right. They're
That
not
power,
going to
all
stop.
power to the people.
They're not going to stop us from patrolling our communities and getting drugs and the poison that they inserted in our communities. That's one of their biggest fear. Once we can go in our communities and clean those communities up, get those poisons out of the communities, and put the right political ideology in communities, those downward communities will become a gold mine. It will be the turning point to overturn this country correctly.
Absolutely
That's right.
right. Hey, as General Nzinga put it earlier, it's very powerful when our people see brothers and sisters dressed in black with a panther on them, and they could just be carrying a trash bag, picking up trash in the community. You know what I'm saying? And passing out flyers. Then the next time they see the Panthers, they passing out food or cooking for them, and that's just showing love to them. You know what I mean? And we could just start from the beginnings, just from the groundwork. You know what I mean? Block by block, city by city, man. That's the way we got to get to them, you know? But we got to do it at a major impact, and we got to do it expeditiously, immediately, because our youth is falling. You know what I mean? Our youth is rising, but the youth is falling, and we want to catch them. You know what I mean? We want them in these historic black college universities ASAP. We want them educated ASAP. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yes,
And that's
sir.
our
But
mission.
don't forget now that before they're educated in these universities, right, they need an African consciousness. For instance, we learned that lesson from the miseducation of the Negro. A lot of our people, they may start out with good intentions, but by the time they go through the training and the indoctrination, they come out a white person with dark skin. That's not what we're trying to do. We want someone to be we want someone to be able to learn those skills and view and see those skill set through the eyes of how to solve the problems in their communities. So
Like,
imagine
if we had Black Panthers at every black university.
Yes, sir. So
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the mission. We want the Bobby Seals, the Eldridge Cleavers, the Huey P. Newtons, you know what I'm saying? The Angela Davises, the Asada Shakurs, they out there. You know what I'm saying? And it's seize the time right now. You know what I mean? It's that by any means necessary. So that's the mission. We got to get to them. That's my mission out here in the 757, 804, DMV, Philly, NYC. Hit the schools, hit the black universities. Get to them where their minds are sharp and they could pass on the knowledge to the people throughout like that. You know what I mean? Black power. All power to the people.
Go ahead, Brother Hanif, and finish your sentence.
All right.
Yes.
No, I was saying is
that
they had to understand that what they're being trained in is supposed to benefit the people. You're not going to school to get a job to work for the person who has hung you and exploited you for 400 years. You're going to school to learn those trades, to be dominant in that field, and to remove everybody from power, to where as though you're the one in power. That's what they're not being taught. You're not going to school to learn these skill sets to go work for another company. You're going to school to learn these skill sets to gain power and control in those fields and create a method and a means of survival for your people.
That's right. And so we want to honor our
Absolutely,
fathers,
you're right.
honor our black men. We want to take a quick musical break with Messiah, Rankelson, and Black Fathers. You're listening to Black Power Radio.
No need for fame, black fathers are legendary. Watching He Got Game, coming from the hood, often misunderstood, but still, black fathers are necessary. Fighting the penitentiary as well as the cemetery. Only right I wrote a song made for my brothers. And whether or not you get along with your baby mothers, our babies love us, our babies need us. He just might be that black father, the baby Jesus. More precious than a stone from Sierra Leone. That's a child of a black father, the heir to the throne. Before mine and the diamond in the dirt don't come out shining, they come out muddy. Babies born bloody before the huggies and onesies. Birth from the black essence, so it's unnatural for a black father to lack presence. There to provide lessons when babies ask questions. To guide them through imperfections, doubts and transgressions. To teach a foreign language about their ancestors. To read body language, face and hand gestures. To love their body image, hear strand textures. Learning instruments, jam sessions and band lessons. Car seat buckle ups, teaching them boxing uppercuts. More to manhood than muscle ups and busting nuts. More to childhood than Donald Duck and Double Dutch. Nothing can replace a father's love and mother's touch. No need for fame, black fathers are legendary. Watching He Got Game, coming from the hood, often misunderstood, but still, black fathers are necessary. Fighting the penitentiary as well as the cemetery. Only right I wrote a song made for my brothers. And whether or not you get along with your baby mothers, our babies love us, our babies need us. He just might be that black father, the baby Jesus. To mothers who stand in the way of fathers and their children, then go say He left them abandoned like a building that's tore up from the floor to the ceiling. Paint peeling, I ain't feeling women who find joy stealing the joy of a father, not letting his boy see him, or the joy of his daughter, whose dad is a loyal supporter based on a court order. Filthy, you need Florida water and a bush bath. You despise his eyes, despise his mustache. Shout out to the fathers walking the good walk, good path. Every child need a father for a good talk, good laugh. Why make a good dad look bad for a child support check if he absent with welfare at your doorstep? Had him locked, ain't feel remorse yet. Pour sweat, nightmares like a war vet. A karma catching you slipping, floors wet. Though your mom's babysit, sadly a nanny can't replace the daddy's place in the family. No need for fame, black fathers are legendary. Watching He Got Game, coming from the hood, often misunderstood, but still, black fathers are necessary. Fighting the penitentiary as well as the cemetery. Only right I wrote a song made for my brothers. And whether or not you get along with your baby mothers, our babies love us, our babies need us. He just might be that black father, the baby Jesus. Black fathers are legendary, let's call names. LeBron James, not cause he called plays or win ball games, or can take it to the hole or shoot long range, because he take care of home beyond just suits and Balmains. Robert Nesta Marley, you can never discredit. Died young but left a legacy his children inherit. With them in spirit, El Hajj Malik, MLK. Create fear how a black father could be here now, dead next day. Bow heads, let's pray for the fathers turned martyrs. George Washington, Carvers and Marcus. Black soil covers the carcass. Black fathers never die, they multiply like the square root to pi. Same rules apply if you shoe shine or wear suit and tie. The line of work don't define the worth of you and I. Never saw my pops work for another man. A mentality I don't expect this world to understand. No need for fame, black fathers are legendary. Watching He Got Game, coming from the hood, often misunderstood, but still, black fathers are necessary. Fighting the penitentiary as well as the cemetery. Only right I wrote a song made for my brothers. And whether or not you get along with your baby mothers, our babies love us, our babies need us. He just might be that black father, the baby Jesus.
Oh, that's right. Black fathers are legendary. So that's a throwback from Makai Ramkinson.
And
Probably underrated video.
and that was the original message of what our hip hop was supposed to do for our people before it was corrupted.
Black
Yes,
power.
sir. Black power to that.
Yes,
And
we've
then we
been
have-
joined by Brother Ross Paulos. Hello, Hossein. He's on the line.
Welcome, 6th Region Chairman right there. Welcome to Black Power Radio,
I
sir.
give thanks as usual, and in the presence of the Most High may continue not only guiding, protecting, but endow us with his knowledge that is necessary for us to fulfill his will in the 21st century, starting now. Give thanks, family.
Give thanks and welcome, welcome, welcome. You're always welcome here on Black Power Radio.
Right on. Can you give us an update on what's happening with the 6th region? We're creating a global youth council and having our young people being registered. Tell us a little about the history of Jamaica. Why is Jamaica and Haile Selassie an important figure for us as Black freedom fighters to know the truth?
Well, as you know, family, it is in the island of Jamaica that the whole revelation of His Imperial Majesty, all the philosophy and teaching of him resonated here from Leonard Howell. As you know, even when the Federation was first established in New York in 1937, the next local was immediately established here in Jamaica, once again showing the connection between Jamaica, the Caribbean, and also ancient Ethiopia. So we give thanks for our position. We're uniquely positioned. We're on the same longitude as Ethiopia, on the same line. So that is why everything comes straight here, naturally, including the philosophy and teaching of His Majesty. It is not something, our people, it is ingrained in our people. If you come and visit Jamaica, you'll see that His Majesty's presence is very, very real. You'll see different murals of him all over the country. So we know that, our King is real. And then the visit of him in 66, remember, the first research was done here in Jamaica in 1960 as it relates to the philosophy and teaching of Rastafari, the King of Kings. As a result of that came the first official mission, governmental, of 61 to 5 states of Africa to inquire what the Rastafarian had revealed to the professors of the university, if it was one with the continent. And as you know, 5 states, those of you who is not familiar with the visit of 61, 5 states were visited, including Ethiopia. And during that visit, everything was declared that yes, the children of the Caribbean are Africans, and their right of passage to return is a must if they desire to do so. So we've been fully connected from 1960, 66. His Majesty visit came and confirmed our full sovereign authority of the 6th region. If you go on your smartphone and put in the visit of His Imperial Majesty in 1966, the speech that he delivered at the Trinidad and Tobago Parliament, the speech that he delivered at the Haitian Parliament, and most particularly the speech he delivered at the Jamaican Parliament and what was declared. Not only that, Jamaica has, since 1970, His Majesty sent Abba Mandefro, the priest, Abu Nahisha, to establish first the cathedral, the Holy Trinity, and the other 8 churches that comes with the Trinity. That is the Church of St. Michael, the Church of St. Raphael, all the Archangel, including the Church of St. Maria, Mother of Christ, Iesus Christos, the Church of St. Tekla Hymena. All those churches are to be built here in Jamaica. That again confirm our divine sovereign reclaimment of this region when your church is sent to confirm the fate of our sovereign rulers. That is what was sent here in Jamaica. So once again, that only confirm our position as it relates to our divinity under the church and our state. Because as you all know, family, it was the church of the Europeans under the Pope in the 1400 declared white supremacy as a religious authority, and the rest is history of how we've suffered at the hands of the European of church and their sovereign rulers. Elizabeth I started the slave trade, chattel slavery in the Caribbean, and the rest of the sovereign rulers, the Portuguese, the French, the Spanish, and most definitely the British. And those of you who are familiar with the papal doctrine, is the edict of the European lords who came together to claim our land as their territory, as they claim to discover it, and the Jacobean way that they came to eventually possess it. So the sixth region is real, family. It is north of the equator. It is responsible for all the sovereign indigenous people within this region that we call West Africa and the Americas. So the sixth region must be defined immediately so that we can reinvoke our divine sovereign authority greater than the British sovereign rulers and greater than the church of the enslaver, including the Vatican, the Anglican, the Church of England, who have all admitted their sins in their role in the enslavement of our people. So the sixth region is very important for us to define it immediately, so that we're able to tell Mr. Trump, for instance, take your eyes and your hands off Panama. You do not have a sovereign authority. You may have been given republic by Morocco, but we have the supreme sovereign authority. In fact, the American presidents know about our sovereignty. From the time of Kennedy. Kennedy knows of His Majesty, you'll see it. And the rest of the earth rulers, including the government of Jamaica, presently, in fact, all government. But they refuse to sensitize the people of the international human rights, and that it was His Majesty that chartered and gave us those rights. So that's how important is the sixth region, family. So I may be mumbling and jumbling, but there's a lot of history.
Absolutely. We're going to segue in.
Yeah, there's a lot of history that they've tried to hide from us, family. But it's so clear of our divine authority. His only church and state can break up your straw man. His only church and state can take out a bondage and being bonded as a property currently in the Caribbean. So we must break this final yoke in order for us to secure peace and happiness here on earth. So it's very important, family. It's a must. In fact, the future of humanity is depending on the sixth region finally taking back our divine sovereign authority. That's how important it is, not just for Africa, the entire human race.
And we want to reignite. So you mentioned human rights, and that's a major factor of what we were saying earlier, family, that human rights is not a law for a reason, because they know that if it is a law, then they would have to be subjugated and held accountable, as we see with George Floyd, 8 minutes on his neck. That actually was the turnaround of disrespect that majority of our people have been facing. And so because human rights is not a law, we have to make it into a law. And as our chairman Ross Paulos was mentioning, that the only way to do that, family, is to be politically inclined. Yeah? So let's take a trip back memory lane. Full screen, please. A trip back memory lane.
10 years, the struggle in America has been confined to...
Okay. We're going to take a trip down memory lane where we're going to hear one of our prolific ancestors, Malcolm X, as he was saying the importance of what human rights is.
What has been projected to the public as a civil rights struggle. And in that context, it has remained a domestic problem. It has remained within the jurisdiction of the United States. And as such, it has been impossible for the Afro-Americans or American Negroes to try and enlist the support of other dark-skinned people who are being oppressed the world over in that struggle. And the difference now in the direction that the struggle is taking from the direction that the struggle has been going in the past, there are many of our people who are thinking more deeply and more broadly and are beginning to see the importance of lifting it out of the national context or out of the domestic context or beyond the jurisdiction of the United States government. And the only way this can be done is by internationalizing the problem and putting it at a level where it can be taken into the United Nations, and then all of the other independent nations on this earth can involve themselves in our struggle and support us. And the only way by which this can be done, instead of it being called civil rights in the future, we're going to have to label it a human rights struggle or the struggle for human rights. And as such, we can then take it into the United Nations through the avenues that have been set up by the United Nations Commission on Human Rights. We can take our problem before the United Nations in the same manner that the problem of South Africa, Angola, Mozambique, Hungary, the Arab refugee problem, it becomes a world problem. And as a world problem, then the Afro-American or the so-called Negroes equal results, because it's not left up to the one who's responsible for it anymore, but it's put at a level where the whole can see that our plight is wrong. It stood in our path in the past. It also makes a difference in the leadership. Those who have been posing as leaders of our people in America in the past, they can pose on this local stage where Uncle Sam is the master of the show and can prop them up and make them look good or make them look better than they actually are by giving them token gains and building them up an image. But when they step onto the international stage or the world stage, then Uncle Sam can't prop them up anymore. And their ability or lack of ability becomes exposed. And if they can lead us forward, they remain leaders. But if they can't, then they have to step aside, and more qualified and bona fide leaders step up from the masses of our people, and then we get faster progress, we get more results. The Afro-American or American Negro intellectual perhaps permitted himself to be used in a way that wasn't really beneficial to the overall Afro-American struggle. But I think today these intellectuals have begun to undertake a new appraisal of the problem, looking at it as it actually is, and are beginning to see it more in the international context and the relation that it has with the African struggle. And the African intellectual is beginning to look at the problem in the African context and see that what might be good in one country, in order for it to be used in another country, has to be rearranged. You take African socialism. Many of the African intellectuals that have analyzed the approach of socialism are beginning to see where the African has to use a form of socialism that fits into the African context, whereas the form that is used in a European country might be good for that particular European country. It doesn't fit as well into the African context. So I think the African intellectual is making that contribution, and he's making it well.
All right. Well, family, there you have it. Malcolm X said it in so many words. That was a mouthful, but he was speaking truth to power.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Malcolm said it without actually defining the full sovereign reality that was necessary for our family in America to now take their position. Because you must remember, the European is a minority. The only majority that exists on the planet is in Europe. Anywhere else is a minority. So I do not know why the American don't realize that you are the majority and you have sovereign right greater than the founding father that came over, the immigrants.
Oh, we realize that. Absolutely. That's why the Black Power movement has been restructured, because of our realization of who we are as a majority. This is why we must band together with our Caribbean nation, with our mother African nation, or as you call it, Akibulon, because this is the original name of who we are. We are the indigenous. The indigenous people's rights is an actual constitution for us to use, family. Human rights, the 30 articles that are sitting there that was drafted by the Human Rights Commission, is waiting for us to implement it. And that is why the works of Haile Selassie that implemented that in 1937, he was the voice of the United Nations. And they want to make sure that we didn't know any of our history, of our past, so we can be better for our future. We are the original man. We are the creation. And so that's where we're getting back to teaching our cubs, teaching our babies who they are as the original man. So we're so grateful again to be here on Black Power Radio, where you hear from scholars, where we got some of the best people on this stage right now, Black family, that is telling you the blueprint, giving you the blueprint live and direct. And it's up to you to take it and implement it in your own very knowledge and brand of politics. One of our best things is our youth, Hanif, he was mentioning creating our own political party. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. New African Liberation Party. Brother Hanif, can you tell a little bit about what's the need of us to join and create and execute this very important party of our own?
Sure. The example is quite elementary and logical. Anything that you don't control can be used as a tool against you. Anybody who is a Democrat or Republican has the control to dictate, manage, run, and alter laws, let alone create them. So if there aren't any Black people around, if there aren't any Pan-African people around, if there isn't any type of melanated people around in those seats or positions, then how can we dictate, manage, or run or write laws that are beneficial to us? It is not rocket science, people. We have tons of people in this country who claim to be educated, who claim to be above people, but cannot comprehend this simple, basic understanding. We are not in control, and we will never be in control until we dictate and manage those seats.
Woo, child. I got so
With
excited. I done
gratitude and
muted
love, my
myself.
family. I've been looking at the Americas recently and analyzing it. You are in control, but you just don't know it. That's the point. You are in control. When I look at the African American, the position of authority that you have, both in the army, the navy, government, republic, you are in control, but you just don't know it. And that's the truth.
I can concur with that. We do have two sides of both worlds happening, which is why I say again to be in these political spaces, because again, it doesn't seem like we do know. But yes, yeah, you're right, we do. The ones who do know, right? They are vilified. They are assassination attempts occur on their persons, you know. They're not supported by the majority of us as a people, family. Do you see the awakening that's happening? We must recognize our flaws and fix it amongst each other, because at the end of the day, we all we got. We all we got. So let's make a change for this year, family. We got about 6 months, 7 months left before 2026 rolls around. We are challenging you right here on Black Power Radio to every week make a change of uprising within yourself. Challenge yourself to remove something that you know is not part of additioning or adding to the Black liberation or self-determination mission. Know that what you do individually plays a big part in what we do as a collective. We must be great individuals in order to be a exceptional collective. You must be on top of things locally in your region in order for you to be an international or national anything. So let's start with our own backyard. Challenge is this, as we mentioned before, family, find out what your next local city council meeting is in your area. If you live in a county, find out when your county board of supervisors meeting is. Is it every Tuesday? If it's first and third Thursdays, is it once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month? Find out what it is, because there's going to be a time where you're going to be challenged on it. So while we're building a Global Youth Council, all of next week of May, as well as June, we are highlighting our young people that are going to be presenting their projects, either performing or showing their best A game. And we want to be there to support them. So right here on Black Power Radio, make this your new home, family. Every Sunday and Monday, without fail, we are here to lay a platform for us to utilize and to bring you informative news that you will not find anywhere else. This is your home for Black news. And so as we close out with the month of April, and this is Poetry Month, we have one of our usual poems from Janiqua Hodges, Power to the People poem. You may have heard it or seen it every now and again on our show. But this time when we play it, family, during our closing, I want you to really listen to the words that she's saying. Really absorb the essence of what is trying to be protrude. Black power is not something to be taken lightly. Black power is actually the ultimate power, which is why they try to kill, steal, and destroy us at every which way or whim. But it's not going to work because we're too strong, family. Believe me when I tell you. Love yourself, hug yourself, and tell your neighbor how much you love them. Tell your Black neighbor that you are appreciated. And tell the Black children that we see you and we hear you. And let me give you all that you need to have one of the best futures. That's what Black power is. Shaky my mic back.
Black power, that's right. Love your family. You gotta hug your brother and sister and love your family, because when they can look at a Black Panther movement, and you can hear from Malcolm X, you can hear from the Honorable His Excellency Haile Selassie, and telling you to say that you have the human right, and we should declare to be brought about by any means necessary. Declare your rights as a human being on this earth, on this day, which we shall bring about. It is the will of the almighty divine power that originated the heavens and the earth, that we will declare ourselves as human beings on this earth, which we fully intend to bring about by any means necessary. And I'm saying use every means necessary to bring about our human rights by any means necessary. This is necessary for us to bring our youth to the front line, as you see the Dr. Critical Race Truth Bay and the Queen Nzinga on a daily basis. You see our brother Crazy Horse is out on the front line on a daily basis. Brother Big Warrior, Black Warrior is in some call it New York, but nevertheless in New York every day, in Memphis, Tennessee, in Indiana, in Los Angeles, in Atlanta, and these key major cities. You found Devil's Punch Bowl, meaning they had a massive Black grave that put thousands of Black people in mass graves. In all of these cities, urban cities, from Chicago has a Devil's Punch Bowl. Louisiana had multiple Devil Punch Bowl. Arkansas, multiple Devil's Punch Bowl. In Texas, Oklahoma, Devil's Punch Bowl. Washington, D.C. especially, they tried to hide it behind the Masonic Temple in Washington, and we found Freedman Cemetery was the Devil's Punch Bowl of Washington, D.C. Might be in the Commonwealth of the state of Virginia, but nevertheless, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia had this most crucial, most cruel treatment of our people was done in the DMV. I will assure you what I'm telling you is the truth. That's right. And not just Jamestown, not just Williamsburg, not just Baltimore, not just Richmond, Virginia, not just Wilmington, Delaware, and Dover, Delaware, but some of the worst. You just don't know the history enough to know, oh, Wooden Tooth, Lord Baltimore, and this Delaware, oh Lord Delaware, something about another. And they made them the Lord. You were bound to a man as your Lord, Baltimore, and the Princess and the Duchess of Virginia. We know all of these things. Queen Mary's land. Look at what you are saying when you use these names. Silverman and Goldman and Silverstein and Weinstein. They want all the wine and cheese. All of the roses in the garden belong to them. Claiming all the silver on the planet belongs to them. These people are driven by the gravitational pull of the material world has caused them to lose sight on the value systems of others and disregard and disrespect everybody on the planet Earth just so they will maintain power over a few shillings of silver. They will sell their soul to the devil just to not be exposed as the devil themselves. So you have to understand these folks, how to manage against them. As the brothers alluding on the tape, it's a different brand of socialism. Won't work in Africa. Would work in Eurocentric. Would work in Russia. Would work in Prussia, Japan, and China. Does not work in Africa. Does not work in the urban centers of America where our people are involved. Be assured of that. You need to preach that and teach it everywhere you go. That brand of socialism, that brand of democracy does not work for us. It is not our matriarchy. It is not our social inheritance. It's not our family value system. It's foreign to us. Their sexuality is foreign to us. Their diet is foreign to us. Their spirituality is foreign to us. Their politics socialism is very foreign to the Alkebulantian people, as Dr. Truth Bay frequently says. That the Alkebulantian people, the Adapa is a whole different thing. You are civil. You taught the civilization to the whole world. Be assured of what I'm telling you is the truth. You brought civilization. You ran civilization thousands of years while the Neanderthalic and the Paleolithic man was in the caves and the hillsides and the Caucasus Mountains. Believe what I'm not exaggerating one bit. The Alps and the Caucasus Mountains, where these Jews were cursed in the scripture called the Bible, to live east of Eden in the land of Nod. That Euro land was called the Dark Ages in the land of Nod. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may the prayers, the peace, and the blessings of Allah ever be upon him, brought the Quran, and it was a renaissance. So it's still a renaissance to you right now. You just don't realize how powerful this is. If you only use it skillfully and effectively, as Malcolm X told you, against your open enemy, it will free more if they knew he was a goddamn slave. I'm going to land my plan on it. Keep it strong, move it, keep a force going, keep the force up, and just don't stop till you get enough. Black power. Black power.
Don't stop till you get enough. Right on, National Chairman. We thank you. Thank you for the words of wisdom. And in honor of Poetry, National Poetry Month, we have Chanika Hodges. Power to the people. You're listening to Black Power Radio. Are we on, family?
Yeah, it's just taking a little while. I don't know.
Well, if you got a minute, I got a poem for you. So let me know if I can.
Okay, well, I guess while we're waiting to load up, do we reset it? We want to let you know for next week on Black Power Radio, we will have some special broadcasts concerning constitutional laws. We're going to have a couple of legal experts that will be there to explain to you the process of creating your own governance. So you don't want to miss next week on 420. Ding, 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 ding. 420 is a very special day for the ganja smokers out there. We know that's 420 is a holiday, but Nonetheless, it's also Resurrection Day for those believers of Yahweh, Yeshua. And we want to give a broadcast that reflects that. And so join us next week on 420. And then in 421, we also want to continue on our National Poetry Month. So it'll be a great time for you to nudge that a spoken word artist that you know, that's someone that may have some skills, and start spitting out some conscious music through their lips. That's right, National Poetry Month. We want to hear the best and the brightest of Black Revolution on the plate. Rajko Singh and Mr. Eugene Freeman. While we've set up for our tech, can you tell us a little bit about how to find you for some health food tips? For those who may have missed it or came late on Black Power Radio, Brother Eugene Freeman, holistic healer, you got the floor.
Eugene, you here? No, he must not be able to get on. Okay. So we're gonna try the poetry again, or Brother New World, you wanna do your poetry?
I'm right here. You ready for it?
Yep, go ahead.
Please, I got it from 3 trees, because you do know that the trees are our ancestors.
All right.
These 3 trees told me
We're going now. We have a poem from Shanika Hodges, Power to the People.
You got it, or can I continue?
Go ahead, New World.
Okay, all right. I said, I got this piece from 3 trees, and they told me you be. Now, I know that's grammatically incorrect, but I have to give it to you like the ancestors gave it to me. They said, you be branches of knowledge, branches of truth, branches that bind us from the ancients to our youth. You see, we are the future, and we are the past. We are the only way. Did you hear what I said? We are the only way God's truth will ever come to pass. But you must know thyself and be thyself. Your spirit must unfold, because without proper knowledge of self, you put your soul on hold. Why? Because a tree, an inanimate object, doesn't have a brain, never been to school, never read a book, never met a white man. But a tree cannot tell you why it blooms nor bears its fruit unless one is wise enough to trace through its trunk. You see, the truth is in its roots, and so is yours. Hotep.
Hotep, Black Power.
All right, power to the people on that one. Thank you, New World. If you know New World, he does everything but the kitchen sink and windows. This brother is multi-talented on every fashion, spoken word artist, as well as soldier, mentor as well, musician on the fly. Woo-hoo! We got a special somebody from Tobago. Yes. Well, right before we're going to have her unmute the mic, let's play Power to the People. You're listening to Black Power Radio. We're going to turn right back with our Empress, President Menelik, in the house.
Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a pitchfork a pitchfork. Let's just say we know what a posse look like, what a mob can do. We know about chasing ghosts. We know about finding ourselves in dark rooms. We know about safety and numbers. Let's admit that the town people ain't never been afraid of the giant, that the body has always been bigger than the head, that the power has always been with, of, and for the people. So let's just tell the truth. Let's just be honest. Let's talk back. Let's march to infirmary. Let's outline some points, and let us speak of police who will step over our sleeping children to shoot their fathers and ask why they woke, and ask why we have guns. We cannot forget how whales sound escaping from a siren or a boy. Let us call little Bobby's name. Let's call little Bobby's mama. Let's put her on the phone with Wanda Johnson or Sabrina Fulton. Let's talk about how easy it is to choke, how America's gravest mass shooting is durational, collective. Let's say Wounded Knee and never again. Let's say Move on HQ and never again. Let's say it in the same breath as Flint, in the same water as everywhere we have been drowned. Let's say America and mean necessarily the trail we wept to get here, the choppy ocean that fought to kill us. Let's say Los Angeles and Philadelphia and Accra and mean the parts of the world who knew revolution as we did, black and impoverished and just coming back from a war like always. Let's talk about money, as if the first U.S. bailout wasn't stocked in the hull of a slave ship. Oh, but we ain't supposed to talk about that. We ain't supposed to talk about cotton. We ain't supposed to talk about that gin. We ain't supposed to talk about Jim Crow. We supposed to be post. We ain't supposed to ask for what's owed. We're supposed to be thankful to a tyrant. We supposed to kowtow. We supposed to back down. We supposed to not talk about our ache or what we've missed or how we ain't never had a language or a flag or even a proper family reunion. We are never going to know the names of the people who died for us to live in terror. Let us admit that the idea of Africa is still an offense punishable by death. We are not to dream of going home, not to speak of what has been stolen, not to feed our children, not even to let our hair take flight. We ain't supposed to do anything but die. Not nothing. We supposed to die. We supposed to not even know we supposed to die. We supposed to not speak that we know we're supposed to die. We're supposed to watch our sisters rub crack chalk on their eyes. We supposed to sit and eat stale crust and look on from the outside. What kind of party is that? Let's start our own. We're supposed to sit here and wait till somebody let us stop waiting on freedom like it's the whooping cough. Stop hoping freedom is gonna court us on a Thursday date night. Quit crossing our legs and biding our time and biting our nails. It's our birthright, and they will lie to us and tell us we are violent for wanting peace. Peace is our dowry. We wed to a democracy that keeps taking off its ring. We married to a decadent system that mocks squalor and honor. We saw what they do to our leaders. We see how they're trying to string us up. There are bodies on the asphalt. There are members in holding. There are lines drawn all around us, and they closing in tight. There's a courthouse. There's a free breakfast. There's Emery's pen. There are Tarika's fingers, Sonia's poems, and Bobby's plans and kitchen. There are instruments of light and joy. There are folks waiting on orders. There are children in the hallway singing songs about our mothers. These blues people in their black leather. There are teenagers sneaking into our meetings. There are old folks who are both afraid and resentful. They didn't do this first, but some did. Some dusted off their pistols and got right to it. Right here on Grover MLK. Right here on 10th Street. Right here out front of McClymonds and Merritt. Come on, real revolution. Come, real revolution. Come, real fire and fake alibi. Come some Sunday when some brother comes to with a visceral realization that he lost sanity to a country that would have his breath on a plaque, would have his head without thinking and mounted. He's either going to want to get even or get freedom. The whole universe stands to benefit if this black man is free. The truth of the matter is white folks' freedom depends on ours, and we've outgrown a binary that excludes all other comrades. We're talking about all the people, all the people, all the people. Let's take all the power, all the power, all the power, all the people, all the people, all the people, all the power, all the power, all power to the people.
Yes, ma'am. That never gets old. Shanika Hodges, she's we're gonna hopefully have her on the show one of these days coming up. She's still doing her poetry, still up in the Oakland area. And this is the type of things that I'm saying, baby. Never gets old. Freedom comes in so many ways, but we got to express it in a way that is resounding through the arts. And let's highlight it this month right here. So it is power to the people. That being said, I'm going to yield the mic and give it back to our co-host, my sister from another mister, Queen Nzinga, General Janae.
Black Power. Hello. I'm excited to hear from Empress Menelik. Can we hear from Empress? So I don't have any more updates. I think we covered that in the first half. So Empress Menelik, would you love to speak with us today? Queen? Yes. Welcome to Black Power Radio. You got to unmute, I think.
Greetings. Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much.
Hello, beautiful lady.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much. Are you hearing me, Claire?
Yes.
Thank you.
So tell us what's happening.
We hear you as clear as you are beautiful.
Give us the update on Black Power over there, Sissy.
Well, one of the things that I am really working towards is actually reestablishing our assembly. You know, we hear about the Tobago House of Assembly. I think a lot of people would have heard about the Tobago House of Assembly. but really not, we as a black peoples have not really understood what House of Assembly represents. You know,
Yeah.
when you hear House of Assembly, you think a main home and then other family members coming to this main house so that we could assemble there and share our views and solve problems and create for ourselves legislations, etc. So House
Right
of
on.
Assembly says empire, basically. So here you have a House of Assembly, basically the first one in the Western Hemisphere, and then might as well be the oldest one in the Western Hemisphere. And we take it for granted that it is in an all black community. So when you come to Tobago, you won't see Massa's face. Unfortunately for some, but it's fortunate for us. So I'm here re-establishing the House of Assembly.
That's so
Um,
important. Before you continue, Empress Menelik, so for our listening audience who may not know the importance or the function of the House of Assembly. So just so you know, I'm going to give just a layman term definition. The House of Assembly is a legislative body of a certain government. It's an official meeting place where elected legislators, which could be you, right, which could be our young black youth in these spaces where laws are debated. They're enacted, especially in countries of the Commonwealth nations. We have a lot of Commonwealth out there, but it doesn't only apply to Commonwealth. It can apply to anywhere in the world. And I'm so grateful again for President Menelik from Local 119 in Tobago. So, as you know, she is an educator as well as a school that's functioning, but she is focusing on education for our youth. So grateful to have you here on Black Power Radio. So, continue on, Queen Mother.
yeah. So we have all these beautiful pieces of tools that we can use to re-establish ourselves. So we have royalty, Haiti. We have a House of Assembly for legislature. We have Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, a governmental and intergovernmental organization that gives us all black entities a place to sit at the table and decide what is best for ourselves. And we
Right.
have a church, or what you call a government, which is the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo, that does that spiritual guidance that is there to make that connection between us and God, and just to rightly guide us through whatever processes that we would have to be done. So think about having a royal kingdom with a legislature that only makes righteous laws because of the government.
Right, right.
Do we understand the power and authority that is in our hands as a people? No other nation in the earth has this but us. And so I am saying to all our black organizations, powerful black organizations, recognize what we have, come together in the place that we have, make the declarations that are necessary for our self determination. So I'm creating that safe space. Let us come. Let us be one people, one nation under God. And let's execute the power and authority of righteousness throughout the earth. Nobody can do it better than us. I give thanks.
Ashe. Microphone
Ashe.
drop. Woo-hoo.
Thank
That's
you,
what I'm
my
talking.
Queen Empress Menelik. You have such a beautiful, eloquent voice. I love hearing you every morning.
Yes.
Let's see.
With authority. That's
Yes,
what's up.
ma'am. We just thank you all so much for joining us on Black Power Radio. We're a little bit after time, but we want you to pay attention, please, to the Black Panther movement. Our goal is to have a Black Panther in every household. All you got to do is register.
Right on.
That's all you got to do. It's not even hard. I'm registered. If you call yourself a Panther, you need to be registered.
One other thing,
Register
General,
with-
not just register and come in prepared to work.
Amen. Boots
That's
on
right.
the
It's not a
ground.
spectator sport.
You can
Amen.
leave your fan
Totally
at
agree.
home. We need
Yes,
your boots on the ground.
that's right.
Okay. So
Black
I'm gonna
Power.
close out, right? Any
Yes, yes.
any
So
more
thank you again,
heart?
family,
Yeah.
for joining us on Black Power Radio. And we will see you next week. Same black time, same black channel. Thank you to the people.
And don't forget our political prisoners.
Thank you so much.
Black
the
Power,
invitation.
y'all. Good
Thanks a
night.
lot. Black Power Radio.
Some people say we got a lot of malice, some say it's a lot of nerve. But I say we won't quit moving until we get what we deserve. We've been buked and we've been scorned. We've been treated bad, talked about, as sure as you moan. But just as sure as it takes 2 eyes to make a pair, brother, we can't quit until we get our share.